Marcoleta, you know the process. For every hearing, we have a set of resource persons to be invited.
I know that, Mr. Chair.
Yun ang
What I'm
ginagawa
saying
natin.
is, what I'm saying is there was a commitment.
It is already very clear that they were not invited today because, to be fair with them, they were present during the last hearing and nobody asked questions.
Who are you referring to?
Sir, I would not...
You give us names. Who are you referring to? You made a statement that there are a lot of congressmen. Therefore, you tell us now, who are you referring to?
Sir, Mr. Chair, respectfully, my counsel does not want me to mention.
Your counsel is wrong. You made a statement, samantalang ang anak ng mga congressman. You made that statement, maraming congressman. So I'm asking you right now, sino-sinong congressman yun na may mga anak na nag-aral sa Europe at Switzerland na walang alam sa buhay?
I apologize for my bad words, sir.
Mr. Chair, I remember also the committee committed during the last hearing that I attended that we will also invite representatives from Philippine Inquirer and Philippine Star because of the issue that I raised. I raised then the issue that we are not only concerned with the fake news and the false narratives and false information being peddled in our society, but we are concerned as well with the truth that are being suppressed. Truth that might have given enlightenment and further information for our people, but they were deliberately and intentionally being suppressed for reasons that they themselves know. This is also alarming as well, Mr. Chair. So,
the representatives from Philippine Daily Inquirer and Philippine Star?
yes, Mr. Chair.
Were present during the last hearing. However, accordingly, there were no members who asked questions to them. So, is there any representative from Inquirer and Philippine Star at the moment? Wala. So then maybe we can invite them next time. We did not include them anymore today because they were already present during the last hearing.
Does that follow, Mr. Chair, that because nobody questioned them in the last hearing, they can simply absent themselves today?
We required them to attend the last hearing. And now we have invited other resource persons. May I inquire from the COMSEC, were they invited today so that we will be fair? According to COMSEC, Congressman Marcoleta, the Philippine Daily Inquirer and Philippine Star were not invited.
So we know the reason why they were not invited today, Madam Chair. The COMSEC has the liberty to decide on this, or the chairperson are the ones who are authorized to decide on whether to invite people or not.
Kong Marcoleta, you know the process. For every hearing, we have a set of resource persons to be invited.
I know that, Mr. Chair.
Yun ang
What I'm
ginagawa
saying
natin.
is, what I'm saying is there was a commitment.
It is already very clear that they were not invited today because, to be fair with them, they were present during the last hearing and nobody asked questions. Kaya nga, hindi na sila nibita because we are focusing on other resource persons.
Kaya nga po, yun ang gusto kong itanong.
If that would be the case, if you would like to really insist, then we will invite them. Or if you want, if you can wait, we will call them and have them come here to send a representative. But let's not make this an issue. This will delay the hearing.
I am not making this an issue, Mr. Chair. I am simply asking kung sakali pong hindi sila natanong.
Hindi nga natin na-imbita, Congressman Marcoleta.
Yun na po, why would the COMSEC decide by themselves? Sana po yung chair ang magdi-decide. Yun lang naman po ang punto. The COMSEC cannot decide on who to invite or who cannot be invited. And chair po ang may prerogative.
It was a prerogative of the chairman not to invite them because they were not asked questions already. In fairness to them, they were diligent in attending the previous hearing, but unfortunately, nobody asked them a question. So it would be redundant to ask them to be present here again. So let me now proceed, Mr. Marcoleta, to other matters.
Mr. Chair, yung vlogger na yan, ang pangalan niya sa social media is Epipanyo Labrador. Hindi ko po siya kilala. Narinig po ninyo kung murahin niya yung aking relihiyon na kinabibilangan. At pati po ako pinagmumura niya, tinawag po niya akong demonyo, lahat. Pero hindi po ako kumikibo. Ang sinasabi ko lang, kung tayo talaga ay i-address po natin ang mga ganitong klaseng paninira na mga narratives, ay siguro po pati itong mga ganitong klaseng tao ay may patawag din natin. Ako po, kahit na po ano pang sabihin nila, I will just stay as I am. As transparent and as accountable as I am. Because right now, what we need are people that can probably criticize us to the height of even abusing their rights. Pero ako po, walang problema sa kanila. Ay darating din po ang panahon that these people will be rendered useless. At wala nang maniniwala sa kanila until time will come na masasabi ng tao that they are stupid, useless people and they are simply liars. Tayo po, ang ating role lang basta ayusin lang po natin ang ating pagsisilbi. Kahit ano pong sabihin nila sa atin. Tingnan po niyo yung pagmura nila sa akin. Wala naman po akong hindi ko po nga kilala yan. Kung murahin niya po ako, parang kayo po, narinig po ninyo lahat kung anong pinagsasabi niya. But people, I think, will not believe him. Dahil hindi po ako yun, yung sinasabihan niya. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.
That is precisely the objective of this hearing, Representative Marcoleta. So, are you requesting that Mr. Epipanyo be called to be invited for the next hearing?
By all means, Mr. Chair, I will thank you for that.
Comsec, please take note. The said person that has been mentioned earlier by Representative Marcoleta will be invited for the next hearing.
Nauunawaan ko na ako po ay ipinatawag sa hearing na ito bilang isang resource person ukol sa usaping fake news. Dahil sa mga nagkalat na balita ngayon kung saan labis na nadudungisan na ang aking pangalan at nadidikit sa mga salitang fake news purveyor, pogo bloggers, China paid, narco blogger, nadudungisan ang pangalang pinakaiingatan at ko at ng aking mga magulang, kaya nais ko lamang po sanang linawin ang mga sumusunod. Bagamat walang masama sa pagiging isang blogger, I cannot really categorize myself as such. Ako po ay isang karaniwang Pilipino lamang na nagsusulong ng good governance at free speech mula pa noon, bago pa man lumaganap ang paggamit ng social media. Hindi po ako pro or anti-Marcos or Duterte or any other politician. Ako po ay pro-good governance. Sumusuporta po ako sa bawat pinuno at bawat Pilipinong nagtataguyod ng maayos at malinis na pamamahala at malayang pamamahayag at pagpuna. Hindi po ako taga-balita. I am not a journalist. I only react and opine to news and current events online. I criticize and yes, I admit sometimes I have my biases, but I do not hit below the belt or resort to ad hominem statements. Issue-based lamang po ako. Lalong hindi po ako nagsusulat o deliberately nagsishare ng fake news. Bagamat hindi ko pinasok ang mundo ng pagbabalita, ako po ay isang mass comm degree holder. Isa rin akong editor-in-chief noon at dala-dala ko pa rin ang mga pinag-aralan ko at code of ethics ng mga mamamahayag. Ang bawat opinion ko at reaksyon sa social media ay base po sa aking katotohanan. Katotohanang ayon sa aking karanasan, pinaniniwalaan at prinsipyong pinanghahawakan. Hindi po ako tumatanggap ng anumang bayad o pabor mula sa pogo, sa narco, China o sa kahit sinong politiko. I have always been against all forms of gambling and illegal drugs. Kabilin-bilinan po ng aking mga magulang, magdildil ka na ng asin. Huwag ka lang magnakaw at huwag mong ipagbibili ang iyong dangal. Nag-aral po akong maigi at kumayod ng gusto para maitaguyod ko ang aking pamilya at ang aking sarili sa marangal na paraan. Kaya masakit po na madikit sa mga ganong salita, na yung mga fake news purveyor at narco-bloggers.
Sir,
And,
sorry. Okay, sir, Mr. Chair.
Let the interpolator finish the question before you answer. Just a reminder.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
In your training for journalism, you majored in journalism, right?
Communication arts
Yes.
and publishing, sir.
Are you aware of the psychological phenomenon called illusion of truth effect?
I'm not sure we discussed it, sir.
So
Mr. Chair.
it means that when a repeated information is repeated again and again, it's likely to be perceived as true regardless of the factual accuracy.
Okay, sir.
For the record, let me ask, have you ever unknowingly or knowingly repeated content that turned out to be false or misleading? Have you ever? In the course of your posting, have you ever repeated
Knowingly,
content?
no. Unknowingly, I am not sure.
Mr. Chair, I ask that because I would like to draw your attention to this post dated March 13 under her new account, Chrisette Chu. May I ask the Secretariat to flash it on the screen, where the resource person posted, and I'll read the first paragraph. May mga pulis at military daw na nagre-resign kasi hindi na daw nila kaya. Marami daw. They cannot be part of this government daw. Chrisette, Mrs. Chrisette, would you confirm that this account is yours?
Yes, sir. And Mr. Chairman, that's not fake news because there were TikTok.
wait.
And kindly, sir,
Mr. Chair,
finish the post, sir, to read. Finish the... Kasi nakakahiya ako, sir.
Ms. Chrisette, as I've said, please let the representative finish the question first before you answer. Let us observe proper decorum.
So this is your Facebook account.
Yes, sir.
Did you post this?
Yes, sir. I post the
in this
entire
first page, first paragraph, you stand by your statement that you said na maraming, let me read it verbatim, na may mga pulis na military daw na magre-resign kasi hindi na daw nila kaya. Marami daw. They cannot be part of this government daw. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir. And then
Saan
kindly
mo
read...
nakuha yung impormasyon na to?
Sir, if you go on TikTok, there are policemen.
How many policemen?
Sir, I'm not counting, but there are many
But
policemen,
you
and
said
that's a
marami.
general impression,
But
sir.
you said marami. So,
Yes,
so
sir.
you just
Marami,
post
sir.
it on the basis of a single,
Yes, sir.
2 or 3 posts?
Yes, sir. I will not count all that, but there's a general impression, sir. And sir,
Have
if you
you
read all
ever
my content...
Let me ask the question and I'll give you the chance to answer. Have you ever made an effort to verify this post from official sources?
Yes, sir, because there were people, there were already policemen, and I am sure our policemen can also say that there were policemen that are on TikTok that are voicing out their, if they have like feelings. So, if you could kindly, sir, read the rest. So, kasi nahihiya po ako kasi may mga police dito.
No. I just want to stand by your opinion. The next succeeding paragraphs are the opinion of the resource person. I just want to stick to the factual statements you made. And that's basically saying that maraming police at military daw ang magre-resign kasi hindi na daw nila kaya. Marami daw. They cannot be part of this government. And apparently, the resource person, Mr. Chair, has gotten this information from other social media posts. And on a critical matter such as this, Mr. Chair, she did not make any effort, or unless you're contesting it, any effort to verify it from official sources.
Mr. Chair, number one, I made sure to put the word "thou" because no policeman has ever come out to me. Well, before, but it was in my old when they would talk about their discontent.
Earlier you said you don't want to write a lie.
Yeah, and that's not a
Let me
lie,
ask you,
sir. That's
maybe
not a
ask
lie, sir.
the resource person, naniniwala ka ba sa katotohanan? As a journalist,
Of course.
ang pagsasabi ba ng hindi totoo, hindi pagsasabi ng katotohanan, tama, di ba?
Mr. Chair, those are the impressions, not
No,
only of me.
I'm asking you, because I want to test if we have the same idea of what truthful is.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Ang hindi
Mr.
pagsasabi
Chair.
ng totoo ay hindi pagsasabi ng katotohanan, di ba?
Yes,
Ang
Mr.
hindi
Chair, and I
pagsasabi ng
maintain.
totoo ay kasinungalingan. Tama.
Yes, sir, and I maintain I'm
Ang
speaking the
pagsasabi
truth.
ng half-truth ay pagsasabi din ng kasinungalingan.
I am maintaining that I am speaking the truth of the impressions made on social media.
Okay.
Thank you, sir,
I don't
Mr.
want to
Chair.
argue with her position, Mr. Chair, but I just want to bring the attention of the committee to a news article showing the official position of the PNP. Can we flash that on? Can we flash that on the screen?
Comsec, please flash the content.
Okay, this is a press release. I think this is a news article from, if I'm not mistaken, from the Philippine Star, saying basically, according to the spokesperson of the PNP, hindi daw totoo ang nasasabing mass resignation ng mga miyembro ng PNP. Tiyak po ang pagkakasabi na walang isang miyembro ng PNP ang nagbitiw mula sa kanilang posisyon pagkatapos ng pagka-aresto ni President Duterte. Pinabulaanan nga po niya ang ilang partikular na mga post at larawan na kumakalat sa social media tungkol dito. So have you read this article after your post?
Mr. Chair, no, I have not read that article. And Mr. Chair, this article exactly affirms what I said earlier, that the mass impression of laymen like us, civilians like us, that there were mass resignations. The fact that the PNP...
But Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, you just said, yet you do not share lies on your post,
sir,
diba?
Sir, I shared, ano tawag? Mr. Chair, that's what I said, kaya ako nag-include ng daw, these were impressions. The fact, sir, that our PNP had to write a press release means kami na hindi kami, wala kaming statistics, these were the impressions that were coming to us.
So you're saying that this is something
sir,
that
can I
you
also
just...
finish?
Okay.
Why it's not fair here?
Okay, Mr. Chair, does it mean that you have simply written this post out of your personal impressions or the impressions of you believe are posted in other social media without even making sure whether there is enough basis or have made any effort to verify your statements?
Mr. Chair, if I am not an insider in the PNP and they had to release that information, it means that they are correcting the general impression of masses like us. The fact that they had to write it means that there's a general impression, and to our policeman here, I would like to
And when you make
address you
those,
that,
Mr. Chair, when you make those impressions, you don't have any regard whether, now you find yourself apologizing to the policeman
No,
here.
sir, the
So you
reason I am
didn't make any
apologizing
effort-
is because my post was
Mr.
not
Chair.
about... Mr. Chair, can I
Point of
just
order.
please give me time to explain? Because it's been talked,
Ms.
please, sir,
Crescent,
kindly...
in accordance with our rules, as I've said earlier, this will be the third time that I'm telling all the resource persons, let the interpellator finish the question first. And in fact, if I impose the rule strictly, the resource persons can only speak until I recognize you.
Thank
So,
you, sir.
kung pwede lang patapusin nyo yung tanong bago kayo sumakot para hindi tayo magkakagulo rito.
Babalikan ko yung tanong ko. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. Garcet, sa dami ng followers ninyo, in putting out information or posting items such as what has been presented before this committee, are you saying categorically that you do not feel any responsibility for the weight and for the consequences of your posts?
Can I answer now?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I am saying that I am merely writing about what I see as the pulse of the masses, which is that they were afraid that there were policemen. That's why also I am very careful that I said thou, 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 thou. And to our honorable policeman, I'm not apologizing because I wrote that. I'm apologizing because you don't know the context of what I wrote. And what I wrote was, please don't resign. Because if you really want to make a difference in our country, you can best do it from the inside. It was not a condemnation of people who were resigning, but a reminder that if you're given a rare opportunity to change something that you do not like, do
I
it
think, Mr.
from the
Chair,
inside.
I think, Mr. Chair, the resource person is not answering the question because we want to focus solely on those first two statements, which I think carries a significant weight. Yung pagsasabi na maraming pulis ang nag-resign at nagbibitiw, whether it's thou or what, we're presenting a scenario that could be harmful even to national security. And in fact, if you ask me, personally, there should have been legal consequences for this. I don't know. We have a representative from PNP, so we can hear from it. Mr. Chair, do we have somebody from...
Yes, General Torre, can you please answer?
Mr. Chair, General Torre, have there been any incident of massive resignations following the arrest of the former president?
If the qualification for the word massive, sir, is more than the normal, then there's none, sir. But for there are regular resignations, but it's not connected to this issue, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. What I'm trying to point out, Mr. Chair, is kung hindi ang isang social media influencer or somebody who uses social media doesn't feel responsible for one's postings, no? At even doesn't consider that whatever effect it may have on the minds of many others na nagbabasa o nakakabasa dun sa mga posts niya, I think, Mr. Chair, we're treading in dangerous ground here. Kasi clearly, an audience of 10,000 per post is no small following. And I think, whatever the circumstances are, it's incumbent upon those who use social media to take responsibility for their postings, especially when such matter actually affect national security and affect our society as a whole. And I think in this case, this is something that we should carefully consider, especially that the resource person, Mr. Chair, in many of her posts, have actually made accusations, criticism, or exposés about public officials, about public offices and agencies. And I think we have to draw the line whether the canons of journalism, especially that Mrs. Crisette Chu is a journalist by profession, that there should be a clear demarcation between personal posts, especially what should determine, I think, Mr. Chair, should be the content of the post rather than who the one writing is. And especially in the case of Mrs. Crisette Chu, her being a journalist, make sure that a serious journalist, as she mentioned, will not publish rumors, because basically the way she explains it is that she has made this post on the basis of social media rumors. The ones who publish social rumors are actually those who are showbiz reporters. So the article on the resignation, and you can see on the following post, there has been no effort, Mr. Chair, to actually verify. May I ask the resource person again, Mr. Chair, after learning, have there been any efforts on your part to rectify or to correct the impression that you said you've articulated in your social media post?
Mr. Chair, can I answer this, sir? He's belaboring the point that this is news. It was not news. The reason I said daw was that it was not news, but for me, that if this was true, and you could read it in my post, if totoo ito, please don't do it. I did not say, you can make a difference, you can make a distinction if you were trained in journalism between establishing something and saying, if this is true, please don't do it, and announcement, many policemen have resigned. That's the difference. I wanted to predicate what I wrote with something that was daw because it was a reminder to our policemen that please do not leave us, please think it through, that you can do more inside. So, sir, for me, it was more an opinion piece based on the general impression of when I wrote it, sir.
So now it's an opinion piece, Mr. Chair. That's how she's referring
on
you.
Facebook are opinion pieces po,
So,
sir,
Mr. Chair, this would be my last point. Would you agree, Mrs. Crescent, if you would, I would be so direct that what you've written on your post is simply somebody's ranting, sensationalizing a rumor heard on social media without no effort to verify, with simply the effort to create some questions or to insinuate a situation that would actually affect national security. Because that's how you explained it. You simply sensationalized a rumor you heard online without considering, without even taking the effort to verify, and without considering the possible effects on national security on a matter that is very sensitive given the political situation of the country right now. And you feel no responsibility whatsoever to the 10,000 impressions or readers that may have, who may be influenced by the opinions that you raised. You really don't care about what people will do or say or take after reading your post. Is that correct, Mrs. Crescent?
Mr. Chair, I will reply now. Okay, sir, I do not feel any responsibility because my conscience is clear. It was not phrased as news. It was something.
I agree na, Mr. Chair.
Sir.
I agree na. I'm not saying, I agree with what you're saying. It's not news. But you simply sensationalized on social media a rumor that you've heard or read or whatsoever without any effort to verify it as a responsible social media user, and without consideration that given your following, the people who read and actually listen to you on a matter that's sensitive to national security.
Mr.
Wala
Chair,
kang pakialam kung anong gagawin at iisipin ng mga tao, basta sinulat ni Crescent Chu, naniniwala yung mga tao, bahala maniwala sila, hindi. Wala kang pakialam doon.
Mr. Chair, may I already reply? The fact that the PNP felt there was a need to issue a clarification meant it was not me who thought about it, that it was the general sentiment of a lot of people because there were a lot of posts going around. I never claimed to have first-hand information about this. That's why it was very important to me to say,
but neither did you, Mr. Chair, neither did you say also in the same post that I do not have a first-hand information about this. Diba?
Yes,
Wala
Mr. Chair, that was why I said daw, and it was not phrased as a news.
3 words does not,
but for me as a reminder to our policemen, sir.
Okay, granted, Arguendo, that that's the case, no? Now that the PNP has actually explained, and you even hear General Torres say, Mr. Chair, Mrs. Crisette, that it's not true. Are you willing to apologize for anybody who may have thought wrongfully? If you say, you claim is not your attention, are you willing to apologize to those who may have thought or have taken your statement as truthful and factual?
Sir, I will not apologize only because if you read the entire post, it was to support the PNP and it was a good post. It was not news. So, sir, I'm sorry if you think if
Mr. Chair, I'm saying, aminado naman ho ng resource person na nakuha lang niya yung chismis sa social media. 'Di ba? Tapos ginawa niya ng buong kwento na yung mga police, this and that. That I would leave it to you because that's your opinion, calling on the police for whatever. But I'm asking you now the police itself, the police organization, officially, and General Torre has now confirmed that, saying that there has been no mass resignation. Are you willing to rectify? Because many would have read your statement and read it without the doubts. Maybe some people actually, we have more than 30 clippings of your post, and people in their comments actually take in your statements as truthful. Now you're presented with an example that your statement has been debunked officially by the police and General Torre, who's here with us. Are you still not willing to correct yourself officially?
Sir, Mr. Chairman, in my training for journalism, the DAO is very important, sir.
Mr. Chair,
and
the
also,
problem
sir,
with our resource
to our
person
police,
is she claims to be a journalist whenever it's convenient, and a private person whenever it's convenient. And if you go back to my manifestation earlier, Mr. Chair, that's actually the problem that we have today. You have people who are able to amplify issues without being bound by the canons of journalism. Diba? Subukan kaya ng komentaristang sabihin yan on air, on radio, kung hindi yan matanggal yung license niya sa KBP. And our social media influence, well, not everyone, but those who are able to peddle on sensationalized news or rumors on the basis of mere rumors, no? And I'm not bound by any accountability. Don't even, as the resource person has said, Mr. Chair, doesn't even feel responsible for the consequences of her statements. And I think we're treading on dangerous grounds here. Because, as I said earlier, something that you repeat over and over again, for someone who has a following of 10,000 per impressions per post, 100,000, following 500,000 in her previous account and 200,000 in this current account, that's something that should be considered. Where do we draw the line between one statement and the accountability that he or she must bear for her readers? If this was a matter, Mr. Chair, and I'd like to wind up now, that affects my person, I wouldn't really mind, because I think being criticized openly comes with the job that we have. It comes with being elected to public office. But when it is a matter of national security, when it is a time when the country should be protected rather than weakened by all this misinformation and disinformation, I think we need to draw the line. I think that's all for my question, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, respectfully po, this is what I would like to say, is why a lot of people are afraid to speak out and are afraid of this
Mr.
hearing.
Chair,
Kasi yun po yung sinasabing prior restraint na parang natatakot kami to speak out. Because, sir, people are watching us. The Filipinos are watching us. And
Mr.
I know
Chair,
they're not stupid, sir. They know what
Mr. Chair,
they mean by DAO what we say
Ms.
by
Crisette,
thou.
why? Do you feel threatened now?
Yes, sir.
Are we...
Yes, sir, because, sir, may I, yes, sir,
I
I
think
feel
there are
threatened
many
now,
people
sir.
here. I don't think we are harassing you.
Sir, not you, sir. Mr. Asidra, sir. Because, sir, may I just share that we have a history because we are both from Leyte.
Anyway,
yes, sir, and I have been a vocal critic, sir.
Mr. Chair, if
Ms.
I may.
Crisette, I think Representative Asidra has already finished his
Thank you, sir.
interpolation.
Sorry,
so
sir.
maybe...
Mr. Chair, I already said in my opening statement that whatever she posted many things about me, but I would not discuss that. But I think criticisms like that, however unfair it is, comes with the territory of public service. But for someone to comment on national security, for an issue that affects our country, I think that's when you draw the line. I don't think this is about silencing anyone. I don't think this is harassment, because why would you feel harassed when you believe that you've been saying the truth? Because no amount of harassment can ever drown the truth. But if you've been using such power and influence to sensationalize, to influence, to manipulate adversely, without taking even responsibility for what you said or wrote, I think that's not silencing someone. That's just putting it right where personal responsibility should be upheld. And that's it, Mr. Chair.
Before we continue, may the Chair would like to acknowledge the presence of our Senior Deputy Speaker, Aurelio Dong Gonzales Jr. And online, we have Honorable Marie Escudero, Honorable Mitch Cayon, and Honorable Dan Fernandez. The Chair now recognizes Representative Benny Abante for his interpellation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to follow up the questions of Congressman Asidre to Ms. Crisette Laureta Chu. Ms. Crisette, will you be able to answer my question?
Congressman, Mr. Chair, yes, sir.
Okay. I don't know if Ms. Crisette actually wrote something about me. No, I don't remember doing that. I don't remember her saying things against me. Have you ever made a statement against me, Ms. Crisette, at one time?
I'm not sure, sir, but I'm sure I've been hurt by some of the things that the Quadcom during the time of...
Mr. Chair, so you have been hurt.
Yes,
why
sir.
are you hurt?
Because, sir,
are you the ones being investigated? Why are you hurt?
no, sir, because I'm a supporter, and I just want to be honest,
no.
sir.
Mr. Chair, what I'm saying is this. You are not being investigated. I'd like to ask a question. Why are you hurt?
Sir, Mr. Chair, I will just answer honestly. For example, if you are a supporter of a certain politician, as I'm sure your supporters in your district in Manila know, if somebody you love or support is attacked or investigated, it hurts you. But, sir, I'm just being honest because I don't remember that I said anything about you. I'm just saying that I'm sure that maybe there were, I'm not sure, sir, I'm sorry. I don't think I've said anything bad about
Mr. Chair,
you.
I will not belabor anymore on what she said about me, no? But I just would like to reiterate what Congressman Jude has been saying all along. You said, you're a journalist, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm not a journalist.
Yes, sir.
And you said a while ago that you write what you feel. Am I right?
On my Facebook, sir, not on my job.
Yeah, you said you write what you feel. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I do not need to be a journalist to write what I feel. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So why do you always say you're a journalist?
Because they ask me, sir, what I do.
You were not asked about being a journalist. You said it, that you are a journalist. Now,
Sir,
being a journalist, Mr. Chair, binanggit mo yung daw. Is that what you feel? Or are you trying to say now that that is what the masses feel?
Mr. Chairman, that's what the impression I got from the social media platforms.
The
like TikTok.
impression
Yes, sir.
that you got.
We call it social media impression, sir.
Well, I'm quite ignorant with the social media impression, Mr. Chair. But what I'm saying is this. You said that you write what you feel. Now, when you said daw, na maraming nag-resign na mga pulis, daw, all right? You were not writing what you feel. You were actually writing what you think the masses feel. Am I right?
Sir, in the first part of the sentence, yes, sir. And then the second part of the post where I had my own opinion, it was what I felt, sir.
So you believe that what you were writing, what you believe to be what the masses feel.
Yes, sir, that's right, sir.
All right. So you're not writing what you feel, actually.
Yes, sir, as well, sir.
Therefore, you were wrong in your first statement.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Good. Very good. I'm so glad that you admitted that. All right. Now here it's...
In light of the new information, sir, in light of the press
I do not need
release,
you
sir.
to explain. I don't need you to explain, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir, thank you.
You admitted you're wrong, and that's it.
Yes, sir, thank
All
you.
right? Now, I'd like to ask General Torre here. You answered a moment ago, General Torre, that when you speak of a mass resignation, there's none. There's none. Will you please explain further so that Ms. Crisette Chu will be able to understand that is not what the masses feel?
Well, there's really nobody on record who filed their resignation, sir, just because of the Duterte arrest, sir. There's none on record right now, sir.
Do you believe that, Ms. Crisette? Do you believe the statement of General Torre?
Yes, sir, because he has the insider information. I believe him, sir.
Would you now please write something about that? Even if you do not apologize, would you now please write
Yes,
something
sir,
about
if you
that,
wish,
that you
sir.
believe, now, just a moment, that you believe that with the statement of General Torre? Would you please write that?
Yes, sir, I will write, sir, that according to the PNP, there were no mass resignations due to the Duterte arrest.
Thank you,
sir.
And therefore, you were wrong. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for admitting that again. All right, now, I would like to understand what you wrote also here, December 28, 2024. I have the copy here, and the picture, I was actually asking my colleagues here, who is this lady in that picture, and I was told that this is the daughter of the former president. Now, you said, yung anak ka ng presidente, kapatid ka ng VP, mayor at congressman, pero kailangan mo magbenta ng deodorant sa TikTok with matching actual application of deodorant sa kilikili mo because sayang ang pera para may pambili ka ng luho. Samantalang ang anak ng mga congressman lang na kung sino-sino nag-aaral abroad sa Europe at Switzerland at walang alam sa buhay, akala hardworking lang ang kanilang mga magulang. I would like to understand this. I would like to understand what you feel about this. Now you tell us right here in this committee, anong ibig sabihin nitong impression na ito?
Mr. Chair, respectfully, I would like to say that there are many congressmen whose children live lives that are far beyond what their son of their parents have.
Well, Mr. Chair, to inform Ms. Crisette that I have 3 children, and they never went to Switzerland to study.
Yes, sir. Not you.
Okay.
It's not you, sir.
All right, not me.
Yes,
so
sir, not
therefore,
you.
who are you referring to?
Sir, I would not...
You give us names. Who are you referring to? You made a statement that there are a lot of congressmen. Therefore, you tell us now, who are you referring to?
Sir, Mr. Chair, respectfully, my counsel does not want me to mention.
Your counsel is wrong. You made a statement, samantalang ang anak ng mga congressman. You made that statement, maraming congressman. So I'm asking you right now, sino-sinong congressman yun na may mga anak na nag-aral sa Europe at Switzerland na walang alam sa buhay? Yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Yun ang impression mo, di ba? Alright, you tell us now. Because that is not only an impression, Mr. Chair. She is telling us something that she believed to be true.
Your Honor, as counsel for resource person
Mr. Chair,
issue,
does the council have the right to speak in this committee?
The council should wait for the chair to recognize you. Representative Bante first.
Right, I'd like to find out. Because look, nung sinabi mo, ang mga anak ng congressman lang na kung sino-sino nag-aaral abroad sa Europe at Switzerland at walang alam sa buhay. That is not only writing what you feel. It is writing what you know. That's your conclusion. Therefore, I would like to find out, sino ang tinutukoy mong congressman dito? Ipangalan mo na. Oh, palagay ko walang congressman. Matatakot dito. Meron bang mali, Mr. Chair? Is there anything wrong with any congressman who can afford to let his children study in Europe and Switzerland? Is there anything wrong with that, Mr. Chair? Let me ask you, yes or no, is there anything wrong with that?
Ms. Crisette, kindly answer the question.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair, may I be allowed
Would you allow the council?
I will allow counsel to speak first after she answers. After she answers.
Okay,
Your
Ms. Crisette,
Honor,
please answer the question.
Your Honor, to facilitate the expectation of the Honorable Congressman, may I be allowed to give 1 minute just to confer with my client, Your Honor?
Attorney Bello, tapusin muna natin yung question to Crisette. Pag na answer niya na satisfactorily, then we can proceed with your manifestation. Ms. Crisette, please answer the question.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor,
Chair.
my request is
Ms.
that
Mr. Chair, Sec.
Your
Bello, wait until you are recognized. Crisette
Wait.
Chu is being recognized as of now. We have rules to follow in this. Ms. Crisette, kindly answer the question.
Sir,
Your Honor, just reconsideration, Your Honor. My request, Your Honor, is that before my client will answer, may I be allowed 1 minute to confer
Mr.
with
Chair.
Your Honor, to
Mr. Chair,
clarify
hold on.
with the
Are you
permission of the
referring to
Honorable
a
Congressman.
legal advice? Would you like to confer with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you
just-
confer with your client first.
Yes, Your Honor.
We have a 1 minute suspension.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Speaking with me. Could you kindly...
Representative Abante, do you have any question?
Yeah, I asked you a question a moment ago, and you and your lawyer conferred with you. So I agreed with what your lawyer said, and your lawyer said that it's just a matter of oversight, and you're willing to apologize. So please do it now.
Yes, sir. My lawyer and I talked, and my case is a matter of oversight. And I apologize, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to manifest that it's the third time that Ms. Crisette apologized to this committee. Let me continue on. On December 28, 2024, Ms. Crisette,
Yes, sir.
you said, in Tagalog, ang tanga ng gobyernong to, not just as leaders, but as human beings. Is that what you feel?
Sir, I apologize. I do not know what happened on December 28 to make me angry. But if I wrote it that time
You're apologizing.
for not... No, sir, I mean, I do not know what situation on December 28.
Let me
and what the
continue on.
context.
Let me
Yes, sir.
continue on. It says, ipapamudmud sa mga naka-braces na nagbabakasyon abroad ang AKAP money tapos utang ng 629 billion. Yung budget ng ayuda this year na pinibigay kung kani-kanino na nag-mall tour pa yung mga tanga na 500 billion uutangin ulit kasi nag-deficit daw. Mr. Chair, Ms. Crisette, ang galing mo naman. Tanga ang gobyerno, ikaw matalino. Ano? Am I right? Tanga ang gobyerno, hindi matalino ka.
Mr. Chair, when one is angry, one says bad things. And in the situation that, sir, Mr. Chair, in the situation when I found out
So you're
that our...
Mr. Chair, you still have words, no, Mr. Chair. Ibig sabihin, that you are actually telling your anger to your followers, your anger. Saan mo nakuha yung anger na yan? I mean, do you have the facts? Do you have the information? Do you have the documents? Mr. Chair?
Sir, nasa news po na uutang tayo this year and last year.
Well,
Sir, please, Mr. Chair, kaya ako nagalit kasi may nakita akong nakaakap na naka-brace tapos, sir, I am not laying it on the congressman. I am laying it on the person who gave that person 5,000 despite na, sir, kasi taxpayer kami. Masakit, sir, na makikita namin na...
Ms. Crisette, may I ask you the question, how much taxes did you pay? And I will tell you how much tax I paid.
Sir,
Ang katwiran mo, you're a taxpayer. Bakit? Anong palagay mo sa akin, di taxpayer?
sir, hindi naman po kayo yung sinasabihan ko ng tanga, Mr. Chair.
Kaya tinatanong
It was the
kita, Mr.
process
Chair.
of distributing the
Mr. Chair,
AKAP.
tinatanong kita kung saan mo kinuha ito. Sa news mo lang pala kinuha eh. Wala kang documents. You cannot even tell me if you're telling facts or truth.
Sir, nasa news po kasi
sasabihin
na
mo, tanga ang
mag-uutang
gobyerno.
tayo.
My goodness, ibig mo sabihin, you're going to base your statement, tanga ang gobyerno, sa news na nabasa mo, Mr. Chair, and then you're telling me you're a journalist, and you're telling me that you're speaking the truth?
Mr. Chair, respectfully po, those are my feelings. Kasi, binamigay natin yung pera sa
Therefore,
AKAP.
if that's your feeling, Mr. Chair, I demand that you apologize to this committee.
I will apologize, Mr. Chair, for my bad words or for... I apologize for my bad words, sir. I
Mr.
apologize for saying the word tanga in my post.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, for admitting that, no? Siguro naman, makikita mo naman ang gobyerno, sasabihin mo mga tanga kami, siguro, pinapalagay mo, alam mo sa akin, Mr. Chair, ang pinapalagay ni Ms. Crisette, yung audience niya, mga tanga eh. Yun ang pinapalagay mo. Hindi ang gobyerno. Yung audience mo, mga tanga, kaya papaniwalaan nila ang sinasabi mo sapagkat yung audience mo mismo ang hindi nakakaintindi. That is fake news, Mr. Chair, and that is what we're investigating right now. You see? I hope that you understand that, Mr. Chair. Ms. Crisette, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Ikaw, nandito sa akin yung mga sinabi mo tungkol sa amin, ha? Hindi ako sumagot dyan eh. Hindi ko na kinakailangan pang i-belabor yan. So, anyway, Mr. Chair, nakita ko naman na Ms. Crisette is now apologetic to what she said.